insurance, and people love it. You deserve to save. You deserve to save. And he has a way of making you feel seen.
Bundle car and motorcycle insurance at geico.com.
Are you kidding me? I'm getting sick of the things you me.
Sling TV. So I watch lots of shows and movies. You know that scene where the president has the fight a plane? I watch it a lot. Now, get in the front or the back?
Sling has live sports, news, and entertainment. It's the best of live TV for just $35 a month.
I know we start with this one. Nope, not that one.
Be confident you're getting the best of live TV. Maybe too confident. Try it free. Sling.
Why is La Roche-Posay recommended by over 90,000 dermatologists worldwide? Because we bring you effective skincare that makes a difference. Like La Roche-Posay Double Repair Face Moisturizer with dermatologist recommended ingredients including ceramide and niacinamide. Double action helps repair skin's protective barrier after 1 hour and provide 48-hour hydration. So no matter your skin type, even sensitive, you can have healthy looking skin with La Roche-Posay Double Repair Face Moisturizer.
You never know when winter's going to rear its icy head. But with enough all-wheel drive-fueled courage, you can bravely go where others just won't. We have new vehicles arriving now, so take the one home that's right for you at the Kia President's Day sales event.
From $3.99. Get yours today. Come see the Royal Caribbean.
On February 27th, 1995, three members of the family, Dennis Freeman, his wife Brenda, and their child Eric, are found brutally murdered in their own home.
We knew we had a triple homicide. Two other members of the Freeman family, Brian and Dave Freeman, were unaccounted for at this point in time.
That morning in February, we were standing out in the street waiting for the investigators to tell us what had happened. But when the investigators came out of the house, the looks on their faces, their body language, we knew it was something really horrific.
It was very shocking. There's obviously an 11-year-old that was murdered. I don't know any officer that is just not heart-wrenching to them.
It was personal. It did affect all of us, but we all have a job to do. We all have to stay focused. That morning, our chief gave the first press release about what had happened.
The police told us that the couple's two older boys, Brian and David, 17 and 16, were missing and that they needed to talk to them because nobody knew why were they not there. Were they just at a friend's house? Were they in some sort of danger? Or were they involved in some way?
We can also say that there was a Pontiac Sunbird missing from the house.
Salisbury Township Police and neighboring law enforcement agencies set up checkpoints throughout the county. Everybody is looking for these brothers.
The autopsies are performed the following day on all three family members.
54-year-old Dennis Freeman, his wife, 48-year-old Brenda Freeman, and their son, 11-year-old Eric Freeman, are positively identified using fingerprints and dental records.
weapons, the exercise bar, a knife, pickaxe handle, and the baseball bat matched to the victims.
Brenda Freeman was stabbed 4 times with a kitchen knife to her torso. 1 perforated her lungs. Brenda most likely lived for several minutes while her lungs filled with blood before being bludgeoned in the head with the exercise bar.
The baseball bat was determined to be used on Dennis.
Eric Freeman's cause of death was also 1 forced trauma to the head.
The pickaxe handle matched Eric's blood.
He suffered nearly half a dozen blows. The force of the blows left tiny slivers of wood embedded in his head. The number of weapons used also indicates that at least 2, if not 3 individuals committed this crime.
The 3 victims, Brenda, Dennis, and Eric, the violence that occurred on them, you could tell there was a lot of anger when these homicides were committed.
Whoever killed these individuals was filled with hate. It was personal. That same day, police speak with Valerie Freeman, the sister of Dennis Freeman, and other family members to learn more.
They were very emotional, they were devastated, heartbroken, but at the same time, they were angry.
They tell investigators that Brenda and Dennis were devoted to their family, but there was a darkness to the household.
When Brian and David got older, the boys felt that they were missing out on some things that they saw other kids their age being able to do. They were expected to spend a lot of time at the church to follow the traditions of being Jehovah's Witnesses, which meant things like you didn't celebrate Christmas or birthdays.
The kids at school would pick on them because they had to wear a suit and tie, or because they couldn't hang out with them. The taunts grew as they got older.
In middle school, Brian and David began acting out. They were defying the rules. They weren't listening to their parents.
Brian and David started to skip church. They got angrier and angrier.
Around 13 years old, Brian and David started using drugs and alcohol.
This was a way for them to get back at their parents for all that they had seen as unjust in the way that they were brought up and what they were expected to do as Jehovah's Witnesses.
In 1992, their parents put both boys into alcohol rehab programs, hoping that the boys would then be ready to rejoin the family and the church, but that wasn't really what happened.
While Brian is in the rehab facility, he becomes acquainted with somebody who is part of this skinhead neo-Nazi subculture.
This guy told him about how he could do whatever he wanted. He could go to concerts, he could go out drinking, he could hang out with his friends, and nobody made fun of him. And that was all it took. Brian went home, told David, and it just spiraled from there.
My name is Ollie, and I'm a franchisee with Domino's. Growing up, I always loved Domino's, but I never imagined I'd own my own store. I started working part-time at 17 and worked my way up to owning and operating 2 stores by 27. Promotions can happen quickly if you work hard and learn the business. Like me, 95% of our franchisees started out as delivery drivers or store employees. If you want to make money and have fun while doing it, you won't find a better opportunity than your local Domino's. Apply today, and maybe someday you'll also own a Domino's.
Hey guys, family hike starts now. For every adventure, there's Nature Valley. It's true, everyone gets a free new Samsung Galaxy S22 with a Galaxy Trade-in. Any year, any condition.
Really? Even if my old phone looks like this?
Why?
It's okay, people. You're trained for this.
It's not complicated. Everyone gets a free new Samsung Galaxy S22 with the Galaxy Trade-in. Any year, any condition.
As a judge, Faith Jenkins
Oxygen True Crime.
Janelle said, if I can't have you, no one can.
Romance is dead.
How did he fool so many people?
Woman off eliminates blood. The bathroom is lit up like a Christmas tree.
Don't miss my new show, Kill a Relationship, only on Oxygen True Crime.
New Sundays at 7. Set your DVR now.
Our first vehicles weren't the fastest. Our first maps weren't that accurate. And the first electric vehicles weren't, let's just say, they look nothing like the first ever Ioniq 5. The fully electric Hyundai Ioniq 5 with a 300-mile range.